by the end of this lesson, you will be able to define the terms sound, tone, and timbre. You will also be able to describe why these things are important in music. Well, hello, music students. I hope everyone's doing well and everybody's safe. Today, we're going to talk about some of our musical ingredients. Now, if you remember, we had quite a few. Today, we're only going to talk about 3. We're going to talk about sound, tone, and timbre. Now, do you remember what sound is? Sound is vibrations through the air that can be heard by our ears. Sound is everywhere. If you hear a dog bark, that's a sound. If you hear a phone ring, that's a sound. I can clap a sound. I can tap my coffee cup. Oops, that's a sound. My water bottle, that's a sound. My drumsticks, those are all sounds. But let's check out this keyboard I have here. I have it programmed for some drum settings, so we're going to hear all these different sounds. Let's see all the different sounds we can get out of this keyboard. Ah, that's my favorite. That one's fun too. I like that one. That's a relaxing sound. Okay, but as you can see, all this is just vibrations. It's just vibrations moving through the air. Okay, are you ready for a fun, simple activity? Okay, what I need you to do, and see if you can do this, see if you can walk around your house and find a rubber band. Okay, if you don't have one, that's okay. You can watch what I do. But I want you to find a rubber band, stretch it out, not too far. You don't want it to break. Do you see what I'm doing with the rubber band? I'm using my thumb to make the rubber band move back and forth, like this. I'm creating a sound. Now watch this. As I pull the rubber band further apart, the sound changes. When I bring it closer together, it changes even more. So what's happening here? What's happening here is this rubber band is moving. It's vibrating. It's creating sound. Remember, sound is vibration. Vibration. Sounds are vibrating through the air, and they're going into our ears. Now, if you notice, does this look familiar? Can you think of any other instruments that you play like this? The same thing is happening with the ukulele. Do you see how I'm moving the string and creating the vibration? Same thing with my bass. Now, if you noticed, this sound is a long sound. And not only is it a longer sound, I can sing along with it. La, 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 la. La, la, la. La, la, la. We call this tone. Okay? Tone is a sound that's a little bit longer and that you can sing. Now here's a question. Is this a sound or a tone? Well, the answer is it's both. It's obviously a sound. It's vibration through the air so your ears can hear. But it's kind of a semi-long sound, and you can sing along with it. So you're probably wondering, wait a second, if sound is vibration through the air so that our ears can hear, and a tone is vibration through the air so our ears can hear, aren't they the same thing? Well, yes, sounds and tones are kind of the same thing because they are frequencies of vibrations. This is a sound. But if you listen really, really close, there's a tone there. Okay, so when we get back to school and we start playing violin and ukulele, if you hear Mr. Allen say, hey, I really like your sound. I like the sound of your violin. Or I say, hey, I really like the tone of your violin. I would be saying and meaning the same thing. So we know that sounds and tones all sound different. For example, that's a different sound. Very different sound. Different sound. Different. 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 So what do we call all these differences? Do you remember the word? That's right. We call it timbre. Timbre is the quality of the sound or the differences of the sound. A bass sounds very different than a keyboard. A keyboard sounds very different than an ukulele. Okay? Again, we call this timbre. So let's review these 3 musical ingredients. Number 1, sound. Sound is vibration through the air that can be heard by our ears. Tone. Tone is taking that sound and making it a little bit longer and being able to sing along with that. We call that tone. The third is timbre, and timbre is the quality or the differences in the sound or the tone. Now think about that for a second. If we all sounded with the exact same tone and timbre, music would be really boring. See, it's so cool that all of us are different and we have all our differences, and music and our voices all sound different, but we all come together to make amazing sounds, tones, and timbres. Okay, so let's do a listening exercise. I want you to tell me which 3 timbres you like the most. I'm going to sing a song or play a song that you know called Rocky Mountain, and you tell me which timbre do you like the best. Here's the first one. Here's number 2. And here's number 3. Okay. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.